your actual location. Okay, so how does it work? So what your device sends is the MAC addresses and the, if available, the SSIDs. So that's the name of your hotspot. You can also hide it, but what you can't hide it is your MAC address, even if your signal is encrypted. You just broadcast in the open air. Your iPhone or Android device, it senses the cell IDs of GSM antennas in the neighborhood and then sends that information together with GPS, if available, to Skyhook or to Google. So these are the available services. Android phones use the Google location API. iPhone nowadays uses Skyhook data. I also mentioned IP address because you use an internet connection, so you actually send your IP address to Google or to Skyhook. What I have from Skyhook is that actually Apple is a kind of filter in between. So if you use your iPhone, you actually send that data to Apple. They have your IP address, and they strip the IP address before they send the information to Skyhook. Now, this has, I think, really, profound impact. So one of the fascinating things with these databases is that as soon as you have a minimum of information, it is self-healing and self-improving. Skyhook went around Europe maybe a year ago. Lots of Wi-Fi hotspots have been created since. Lots of Wi-Fi hotspots have disappeared, but that's a problem for them because you are updating their database. Every time you use your iPhone, or in case of Google, your Android, and you sense a new Wi-Fi hotspot, you send along the other Wi-Fi hotspots, your location is determined, and they have this new Wi-Fi hotspot together with the strength and location. For example, in cities, they sense with their cars the hotspots on the first and second floor. They don't sense the hotspot then on upper floors. But if you're running around on those buildings and you're using your location API, GPS is not available, you're actually feeding them with the hotspots at higher floors. So this is really fascinating. And all of you are improving these databases just by using it. The business models they have, well, for Skyhook, that's pretty clear. They license this to Apple. Google gives it away for free. They let it use in your own operating system. Aggregation can be an interesting byproduct. For example, traffic information, or Skyhook has an API for spot rank. That means how busy is a place at a certain moment. It's interesting demographic or marketing information, for example, for people exploiting it from billboards. Who is checking in, or how many people are checking in at a certain point? Because you can, for example, determine that the exit of a certain metro at in the morning and in the evening is an interesting place to advertise, because lots of people come out of the metro, then check their phone to see what's in the neighborhood, and if you can put advertising there, that's for law enforcement, that's interesting. Now, this doesn't only happen with apps. In the latest version of the browsers, they all have a geolocation API implemented. By default, this uses the Google API. So also, if you're using your computer at home with your Wi-Fi hotspot, you're actually sending your location to Google together with your IP address. So one of the things, for example, any geo-aware application can now build its own geo-IP database. So geo-IP database means the combination of IP address and geolocation. Because if you have this, if you have location awareness in your application, you get the location of your users, you get their IP address, and you can build your own mapping from IP to location. Okay, now I just want to discuss some privacy issues. For example, for some people it is really shocking that their own Wi-Fi hotspot is part of this public database. Do I really have to stop? Okay. I'm just going to mention the implication. So, is this private information or not? So, you want to get rid of the wires in your home, you install a hotspot, and you end up in this database. By using that database, you're actually giving a lot of private information away to services like Google. They know where you are at every point in time. They know what they can determine what your own hotspot is, because that's the hotspot you use at night and in the morning. There's no way you can determine, that's the problem we have now. If you use these location APIs, there's no way for you to say, I only want to use GPS, I only want to use Wi-Fi, or I don't want to use Wi-Fi, or I don't want to use Wi-Fi at home. You, as a user, don't have control over that. If, for example, if you look in Firefox and you want to switch off the location API, you have to go through some menus and then check out the box. Nobody knows this, nobody finds this. So these are some issues. Users do not have enough control about the data they send, do not have control about the source of information, and if you've given consent, it's hard to retract that. So, if you, from this presentation, remember Skyhook and the Google Location API, then I'm satisfied, because this is going to be a discussion we'll have in coming years. Okay, thank you.